There is a sound that many Zimbabweans know. It begins quietly. The sky grows heavy, the clouds gather, the air changes, the smell of rain rises from the earth. Then the first drops fall. And somewhere near the anthills, near the fields, near the old homesteads, life begins to move. The ground opens. Wings appear. Ishwa, flying ants. Small creatures, yes. Tiny creatures, yes. But when they rise in numbers. They do not come one by one, they come as a people. They come after the rain, they come with abundance, they come with memory, they come with the message that even the smallest being, when joined with others, can change the face of the land. Today, on the Native Child Stories of Zimbabwe, we are entering the world of the Beta Totem. Beta Ishwa. Ziwayo wabata. Ekani beta, ekani anzu. Vasaungweme, vamadzivire, varufura, vamamberere, vamauruka, vachimapwere. This is the totem of the flying ant, a totem of unity, a totem of humility, a totem of quiet power, a totem of people who may look small in the eyes of the world, but when they gather, they become unstoppable. And as always, before we begin, let me say this. Totem history is not always written in books. It lives in family lines. It lives in praise poetry. It lives in village stories. It lives in the way elders greet each other. It lives in the names we answer to. So today I'm not claiming to hold the only version. I'm opening the door. I'm preserving what we have heard. I'm inviting correction, memory, and continuation. Because if we do not speak these things now, one day a child will ask us, Sekuru, Ambuya, what does better mean? And we must not be silent. The beta totem is commonly associated with Ishwa, the flying ant or flying termite. Among many families, the name mostly closely connected with this totem is Liwayo. But like many Zimbabwean totems, beta is not held in the name only. It stretches through branches, praise names, and related identities. You may hear names such as Wabata, Liwayo, Rufura, Mamberere, Mauruka or Mauruka, Vachimapwere, Madzivire, Hanzu, Saungweme. Some will say Hekani Beta, some will say Hekani Hanzu, some will say Maita Wabata, some will say Maita Ishwa. And when these names are spoken properly, they are not just labels, they are doors. They open into ancestry, they open into belonging. They open into the old Zimbabwean understanding that a person is never just an individual. A person carries a line, a story, a people, and a responsibility. The better people are often found among communities in the eastern and southeastern parts of Zimbabwe, among the Ndau, Manyika, and Karanga speaking peoples. Their roots are strongly remembered in places such as Chimanimani, Chipinge, Buhera, Bocha, and the wider eastern islands. And this makes sense when we think of the symbol itself. The Ishwa is not a dry season creature. It is a creature of rain. It appears when the heavens have opened. It appears when the soil is moist. It appears when the land is alive. It appears when hunger begins to loosen its grip. So from the beginning, Beta is connected to the rain, to water, to fertility, to harvest, and to the mystery of life that waits underground until the right season comes and the rain arrives. Let us begin with an origin story, not as a rigid historical record, but as an ancestral imagination, the kind of story that carries truth through symbol. Right, long long ago, the elders say there was a people who lived close to the water. They were not the loudest people. They were not the people who forced themselves into every gathering. They were not the ones who boasted before the work was done. They were quiet. They watched the sky. They understood the land. They knew when the clouds were only passing and when the true rain was coming. In those days, hunger was not just a word. Hunger was a visitor that could enter every heart. When the rains delayed, cattle grew thin, granaries emptied, children asked questions that parents could not answer. But there was a sign the elders watched for. After the first great rains, when the earth had drunk deeply, the people would look towards the ant hills. And then one evening, they would see the Ishwa, thousands upon thousands of winged creatures rising from the earth. To some, they were only food. To others, they were only insects. But to the ancestors of Beta, they were a message. They said, look carefully. Life does not always announce itself with size. Life sometimes announces itself in numbers. Look carefully. Strength is not always in the one who roars. Sometimes strength is in those who move together. Look carefully. The earth may look silent, but underneath work is being done. And so the people took Ishwa as their sign. They saw it in the wisdom of hidden preparation, because before the flying ant rises, it has lived underground. Before it spreads its wings, it has grown in darkness. Before it fills the air, it has waited for the right time. That is better. The person who may be quiet today, but when the season comes, they rise. The family that may not boast, but when work is needed, they gather. The clan that understands that no one survives alone. And this is why when people speak of Beta, they speak of unity. Like ants building a mound, the Beta spirit says one person can carry a grain. 10 people can carry a basket. A whole people can build a home. Now, let us look closely at the Ishwa itself. Flying ant is small. You can hold it between 2 fingers. But its meaning is not small. The Ishwa teaches us about timing. It does not appear every day. It appears in season. There are people like that. They do not speak all the time. They do not shine all the time. They do not push themselves forward all the time. But when their season comes, everyone notices. Better people are often described in this way: peaceful, humble, industrious, and intelligent. They may carry a quiet brilliance. They may not be loud, but their presence is felt when it matters. The Ishwa also teaches us about abundance. When flying ants appear, they appear in large numbers. In the old days, even today, in many places, their arrival after the rain was associated with food, joy, and relief. It was a sign that the land was breathing again. It was a sign that the earth had not forgotten its children. That is why Beta is sometimes spiritually connected to rain, fertility, harvest. The Ishwa does not come in a dead season. It comes when the land has been touched by water. And water in Zimbabwean spirituality is never just water. Water is life. Water is cleansing. Water is memory. Water is the place of spirits, pools, rivers, and ancestors. That is why some traditions connect Beta with the wider Ziva or water-linked complex. In that sense, Beta is not only a totem of the air because the Ishwa flies, it is also a totem of the earth and water because the Ishwa rises from the soil after the rain. So Beta stands between worlds, underground and sky, earth and air, rain and harvest, silence and movement, smallness and greatness. One of the praise names associated with Beta is Wabata. When someone says Maita Wabata, they are not just saying thank you, they are recognizing a lineage. They are calling the person by a praise identity that carries dignity. In our culture, a praise names are powerful because they do not only describe you as you are, they remind you of what your people expect you to become. A praise name can lift the head of a child. A praise name can calm a conflict. A praise name can make an elder smile. A praise name can bring someone back to themselves. When a better person hears Maita Beta, Maita Wabata, Maita Ishwa, Ekanyanzu, Wasaungweme, they are being reminded you are not alone. You come from people. You carry a name that existed before you. Walk carefully. And this is something we are losing today. Many of us know our names, but not our praise names. We know what is written on our passports, but not what our grandmothers would call us when they are proud. We know our English names, our school names, our work names, our usernames, but sometimes we do not know the name that connects us to the soil. That is why these episodes matter, because the totem is not just a museum piece. It is living memory. Every totem carries a boundary. For Beta, the boundary is clear. Members of the Beta Ishwa totem are traditionally forbidden from eating flying ants. Now, someone may laugh and say, but Ishwa are delicious. And yes, in many Zimbabwean homes, flying ants are roasted, dried, salted, and eaten with great joy. But for Beta, the Ishwa is not ordinary food. It is a sign of ancestry. It is a mirror. It is kin in symbolic form. To eat it would be to violate the relationship between the clan and its totem. Among some elders, it is said that if a better person eats Ishwa, they may lose teeth or experience misfortune. Now, whether one takes that literally or symbolically, the message is the same. Do not consume what represents your own spirit. Do not destroy the sign that carries your identity. Do not treat sacred things casually. And in the modern world, we sometimes rush to dismiss these taboos as superstition. But taboos also served a social purpose. They taught discipline. They created identity. They protected species and symbols. They reminded people that not everything in the world exists only for appetite. Some things exist for respect. So when better people avoid eating Ishwa, they are not simply refusing food. They are saying, this creature speaks for us. In some praise traditions, better people are remembered as Vachidziwa Chapo, those connected with the ancient pool, those of the old water place. That phrase is deep because a pool is not just a place where water gathers. A pool is a place where people gather. A pool is a place where cattle drink. A pool is a place where women drew water. A pool is where children played. A pool is where spirits were feared and respected. A pool is where travelers rested. To be people of the pool is to be people of settlement, people of memory, people who knew where life was kept. The better connection to water also makes sense through the Ishwa. The flying ant rises after the rain. Rain fills the pools. Pools feed the fields feed the people. So Beta becomes a totem of cycles. Clouds to rain, rain to earth, earth to Ishwa, Ishwa to abundance, abundance to thanksgiving. This is why the flying ant should not be underestimated. It is small, but it tells the story of the whole season. There's another way to tell the beta story. Imagine a time of migration, families moving from one place to another, some leaving the mountains, some following rivers, some escaping conflict, some searching for good soil, some looking for places where children could grow without fear. In those days, a small family alone was vulnerable. A lone person could be swallowed by the road, but a united group could survive. Better lesson is that survival does not always belong to the strongest individual. It belongs to the people who know how to organize. Look at ants. One ant can be crushed, but an anthill is an empire. It has tunnels, it has chambers, it has workers, it has protection, it has order, it has purpose. So the better people looked at the Ishwa and saw a model for society. No one is useless, no one is too small, no one survives outside the community. This is why Beta is a powerful totem for our time. Because today, many of us are becoming isolated. We live in cities, we live in the diaspora, we live behind screens. We struggle alone, we succeed alone, we suffer alone. But Beta says, no. Build the mound. Call your people. Share the work. Share the wisdom. Share the burden. Share the harvest. Because the flying ant does not rise alone. When we speak of Beta, we must speak of the East, the Eastern Highlands. Chimanimani, Chipinge, Buera, Bocha, the places where mountains meet mist, the places where rain can be both blessing and danger, the places where rivers cut through memory. Among Dao and Manyika speaking communities, and also among Karanga linked branches, the Beta identity is remembered with pride. The eastern region of Zimbabwe has always been a place of movement. People moved through mountains, valleys, trading paths, mission settlements, war routes, and family lands. And in such places, totems became maps. A synonym could tell you where someone's people might be from. A praise name could tell you who they could marry. A shidao could tell you how to greet them properly. A totem could prevent people of the same ancestral line from marrying unknowingly. This is one of the most important functions of Mutupo. It is not just poetry, it is social law. It is memory. It is identity management. It is a way of saying, before you marry, know who you are. Before you boast, know where you come from. Before you dismiss another person, know how you are related. This is why our elders asked, Onerachi, what do you revere? Not because they are being old-fashioned, but because they understood that identity protects society. Now, let us enter the sound of praise. I will not claim this is the only version. Different families recite differently. Some words changed by region, some by branch, some by memory. But when praising Beta, you may hear names and lines like Maita Beta, Maita Wabata, Maita Dliwayo, Maita Rufura, Maita Mamberere, Maita Mauruka, Vachimapwere, Maita Madzivire, Maita Anzu, Maita Saungweme, Ekani Beta, Ekani Anzu Beta Dliwayo, Maita Ishwa yangu, Ishwa inobuda kana mvura yanaya, Ishwa yerunyararu, Ishwa yewandu, Ishwa yevanhu vanovaka pamwe chete, maita vana vechuru, maita vanobuda nemumwena, maita vanomuka mushure memvura, maita vanovaka nyika vasina ruzha. And when we say these words, we are not simply decorating speech. We are calling memory into the room. Praise poetry does something ordinary language cannot do. It compresses history. It carries humor, warning, geography, taboo, and pride all at once. That is why a child who grows up hearing their praise names grows differently. They know they are not empty. They know they are not random. They know they are part of a story. Every totem has stereotypes, and we must be careful with them. Not every person of one totem behaves the same. People are individuals. Families differ. Life shapes us. But in cultural imagination, Beta people are often associated with certain qualities. They are seen as hardworking, like ants. They are seen as humble, like the Ishwa that grows underground before it rises. They are seen as peaceful, not because they are weak, but because they understand the value of order. They are seen as intelligent, not the intelligence that always shouts, but the kind that appears in the right moment with the right solution. They are seen as community-minded. A better person is not expected to live as if they are the only person in the world. Their totem itself teaches collective strength. This is a beautiful lesson because some lineages are praised through strength of the animal, the lion, the elephant, the crocodile. But Beta is praised through strength of the group. And maybe that is the deeper wisdom. A lion may rule alone, an elephant may stand tall, a crocodile may wait in silence. But ants build civilizations. They build systems. They survive through cooperation. They remind us that greatness is not always measured by size, but greatness is measured by what you build together. Now, when we speak of known figures connected to this identity, we must speak carefully. In Zimbabwe, surnames and totems often connect, but they do not always do so in a simple way. Some people share surnames across different histories. Some families adopt names through marriage, migration, language change, or regional influence. So when we mention known figures with the Liwaya surname, we do so respectfully as public names that many people may associate with the wider Liwaya Beta identity, while understanding that each person's exact family totem is best confirmed by the family themselves. One known figure is Dr. Jabulani Liwayo, a Zimbabwean ICT and fiber optics expert, entrepreneur and founder of ICT Africa. His life story moves through education, liberation, history, science, and technology. In a way, his work reflects a very better lesson: connection. Fiber optics is about linked people, carrying signals and building networks. That is almost poetic for a totem of collective movement. Another public figure is Charity Lindiwe Liwayo, known as an economist and former deputy governor of the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe. Her work belongs to the world of national finance and policy and economic management. We can also mention Mutuso Liwayo, a lawyer and environmental rights advocate, known for his work with the Zimbabwe Environmental Law Association. This is another powerful connection because the totem rooted in rain, water, land, and ecological symbolism speaks naturally to environmental responsibility. There is also Nyaradzo Liwayo, known as an entrepreneur, creative designer, and photographer, and founder of Yanaya. Her story brings the totem into the modern creative and business place. And in sport, we can mention Tafazwa Liwayo, a footballer who has been reported as playing in the United Arab Emirates and expressing hope to represent Zimbabwe's Warriors. These names show us something important. Totem identity is not trapped in the village. It travels. It enters science, it enters economics, it enters law, it enters the diaspora, it enters business, it enters sport, it enters the future. A person can work with fiber optics, banking, environmental law, photography, food, business, football, and still carry a name that echoes the old praise. Maita Beta, Maita Wabata, Maita Ishwa. This is what preservation means. Not keeping culture frozen, but carrying it forward. Let us be honest. Let us be honest. Some people hear Ishwa and they laugh. They say, how can your totem be a flying ant? They compare it to a lion, elephant, buffalo, crocodile. They think greatness must have claws. They think dignity must have horns. They think power must be large. But Zimbabwean wisdom is deeper than that. Our ancestors did not choose symbols only because they looked impressive. They chose symbols because they taught lessons. And the Ishwa teaches one of the greatest lessons of all. Small things matter. Small people matter. Small acts matter. Small beginnings matter. A child learning them mutupo matters. A grandmother telling one story matters. A father correcting a praise name matters. A podcast episode heard by only a few people, got less than 10 subscribers, it still matters, because that is how culture survives. Not always through one big event, but through many small wings rising together. The Ishwa says, do not despise what comes from the ground. Do not despise what appears only in season. Do not despise what moves in numbers. Do not despise what feeds the people after the rain. If we understood better properly, we would stop measuring power only by noise. We would understand the power of community. So what does Beta teach us today? First, Beta teaches us unity. That's obvious, right? We live in a time where people are encouraged to build personal brands, personal success, personal platforms, personal everything. But Beta reminds us that a person without people is exposed. Even the brilliant person needs a community. Even the strong person needs a home. Even the rich person needs belonging. Second, Beta teaches us patience. The Ishwa waits underground until the rain comes. Not every season is a flying season. Sometimes you are hidden. Sometimes you are growing. Sometimes no one sees your work. Sometimes it feels like nothing is happening. But when the rain comes, rise. Third, Beta teaches us humility. The flying ant is not a lion. It does not roar, but it carries meaning. In life, you do not have to dominate every room to be valuable. You do not have to be feared to be respected. You do not have to be loud to be powerful. Fourth, Beta teaches us abundance through cooperation. The anthill is not built by one ant. A family is not built by one person. A culture is not preserved by one elder. A nation is not healed by one voice. We all carry grains. We all build. Fifth, Beta teaches us respect for sacred boundaries. The taboo against eating Ishwa is a reminder that appetite must have limits. In a world where anything is consumed, land, water, culture, even identity, the totem says, stop. Some things must be honored. Every child of Beta, Ishwa, Liwayo, Wabata, Hanzu, Saungweme, Madzivire, Rufura, Mamberere, Mauruka, Vachimapwere, this part is for you. Do not be ashamed of your totem. Do not wait for someone with a lion to make you feel small. Your totem is not weak. Your totem is wisdom. You are children of the rain sign. You are children of the rising season. You are children of the hidden work. You are children of the mound. You are children of collective strength. When people ask you, what is your totem? Answer with pride. Say, I am Beta. I am Ishwa. I am Wabata. I am Liwayo. I come from those who rise after the rain. I come from those who know that small wings can fill the sky. And then live in a way that honors that name. Be useful. Be humble. Be brilliant. Build with others. Do not abandon people. Do not forget the old greetings. Do not let your children grow up knowing only surnames and not praise names. Because one day, you too will become an elder. One day, a child will ask you, what does beta mean? And you must be ready. Let us return to the beginning. The sky darkens, the rain falls, the earth softens. And from beneath the ground, the Ishwa begins to rise. That image is powerful because it reminds us that life is often hidden before it is visible. Culture is like that. For years, it may look as if people have forgotten. It may look as if young people no longer care. It may look as if the old praise names are disappearing. But when one person asks a question, one person records a story, one person calls their grandmother, one person teaches a child, one person says, no, this must not die with us. And suddenly, the wings appear. This is why we do this. Not for likes, not for views, not because the whole world is watching, but because our people must remember. Beta teaches that even small voices, when gathered, can become a movement. So to the Beta people, we say, Maita Beta, Maita Wabata, Maita Liwayo, Maita Ishwa, Maita Anzu, Maita Saungweme, Maita Madzivire, Maita Rufura, Maita Mamberere, Maita Mauruka, Maita Vachimapwere. You are the people of the flying ant, the people of the rain sign, the people of abundance, the people of unity, the people who remind us that when the season is right, even the smallest wings can cover the sky. This has been the Native Child Stories of Zimbabwe. If you are Beta, if you are Liwayo, if you are Wabata, if you are Anzu, if you know another praise line, another origin story, another elder's version, share it, because this work is not mine alone. It belongs to all of us. Until next time, remember, a people without memory can be renamed by anyone, but a people who know their mutupo can never be completely lost.